They were like godfather figures.
So they got this hypnotic thing about them.
They ruled the roost. They were the governors.
On March the 8th, 1969, London's most notorious gangsters, the Kray twins, were jailed for life. For many, it was the end of an era.
I always thought they would be something, and I always wanted them to be, but I never knew it'd end up like this.
But now, over a quarter of a century later, a major campaign is underway calling for their release, and celebrities are practically lining up to give their support.
Ronnie and Reggie are still inside after 25 years. Why?
The Krays have always held a peculiar fascination for the British public, despite the fact that their stock in trade was once pure, unadulterated violence.
I hope that the people that are marching are not misguided and realise and understand exactly what they did.
Nipper Read was the diminutive detective who finally put the Krays behind bars. It was his second attempt to prosecute the Krays. His first failed in 1965 after the Krays were cleared of extortion.
It's cost us roughly £8,000. And how do you feel about that?
Most of them I'd like to idea to spend that money for no reason, sort of.
Does it leave you broke or how does it leave?
It doesn't leave us broke, but at the same time it's a lot of money to have to pay out. The money's innocent, you know.
The twins played the injured party to the hilt. During the 60s, their criminal empire grew. They even went to Nigeria to drum up business, as these pictures, which have never been seen before, show. Back in London, they were key players in the 60s scene, mixing with celebrities like Judy Garland and Shirley Bassey.
They was like the untouchables, wasn't it? I mean, I have to be honest, the police was in their hands. Like they was in everyone's hands, the police. Certain MPs.
Alan Dixon was part of the Krays firm. He's currently writing his memoirs. He believes that the murders of Jack the Hat McVitie and George Cornell led to the breakup of the firm and the twins' subsequent downfall.
Well, I think a few people went the other way, like, you know, to inform on them. Or couldn't wait to get off the firm. Because stabbings and cuttings and fights, and you could handle that, but no one could handle guns.
Members of the firm turned Queen's evidence, and Nipper Read became the hero of the day when the Krays were sentenced to 30 years. At the time, the judge told the Krays society had earned a rest from their activities, and he recommended they serve every single day of their sentence.
They're no threat to anybody. None at all. There's no threat from people that do terrible things, have soppy light sentences or no sentences, are set free and let back into society.
London's burning star Helen Keating is one of the Krays' main supporters. She believes Reggie in particular is now paying for his notoriety and not for his crime.
I suppose in those days, the amount of time they got for the crime they did was, you know, on par with what they should have got. But life's moved on.
Probably one of the reasons that they've never been considered before is the fact that they've never, ever shown any remorse.
If suddenly Reggie or Ronnie said tomorrow we're sorry, so that would make it okay. But they'd be telling lies, and the twins don't lie.
But the Krays weren't the only ones punished for the gangland killings. Tony Lambriano served 16 years for his part in the killing of Jack McVitie. He disposed of the body.
Wherever he is, if he thought those stood inside, dead to him, he'd turn over.
Kray supporters insist the twins only hurt other villains. In the East End, many agree with that.
They weren't any contraband, they controlled people.
The people that got shot were gangsters anyway. Murder is murder. Murder is killing another human being with premeditation, and that's exactly what they did.
In the lead up to Saturday's march, there's been a marked increase in publicity surrounding the Krays. Rumours of divorce following Ronnie's suspected heart attack have made media watchers suspicious as to the twins' real motivation.
Everyone's wrapped up in the Krays, you know, and it don't make sense to me what's going on.
Billy Webb is one of the few people to publicly speak out against the Krays.
They're doing their case of sentencing, right? They don't take consideration damage done to people.
Billy's thorny relationship with the Krays is described in his book. He blames the twins for his brother Ronnie's death. He says he never recovered from a Kray beating and died years later.
They smashed the police. He could hit the floor and we'd been another Kray corpse.
So if you had your way, what would happen to the Krays now?
Well, excuse, just keep that policy death penalty.
Billy's views are likely to infuriate Kray followers. Whether by design or accident, loyalty to the Krays is intense. For their old adversary, Nipper Reed, the Krays have always been something of a mystery, best summed up by one of their victims who refused to give evidence against them years ago.
I said to him at the end of an interview, but Mr. X, they destroyed you physically, mentally, financially and socially. And he said, yes, Mr. Reed, but they really are nice guys.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please join our Facebook group. It's called Krays Crime Lords of London. We're a friendly, moderated group with over 1,000 Kray and other celebrated gangster videos available for view. There's also thousands of images in the photos sections. The link for the group is in the YouTube description section. I hope we see you there soon.